In today's episode, we share our thoughts on the not-so-scary Halloween party, as well as Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
You are listening to the Main Street Magic Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy Stein and John Marone.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Magic. I am your host, Jeremy Stein, and I am joined by my co-host and good friend, John Marone.
Good evening.
In today's episode, we will share our thoughts on Mickey's not-so-scary Halloween party, as well as Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and we'll kind of let you know which one we would choose while planning your holiday or fall vacation. John, if you want to kick us off a little bit, give us a slight overview of each party for those that maybe don't know what they are.
Well, here's some of the details, and it is that time to start planning. We have the tickets on sale, and it was just last weekend that I bought mine for each of the parties. Both of these are very similar, except the Halloween party, you start with the first one on August 24th and the last one on November 1st. So there's actually 2 in August, 11 in September, 18 in October, and then that one in November. So you have 32 different nights to choose from for the Halloween party. For the Christmas party, the first one is November 9th. The last one is December 22nd. So you only have 21 dates there. And a lot of that really has to do with the fact that Thanksgiving comes in, and then you have that Christmas to New Year's. And with the crowds, they don't want to close the park up at 7 and kick the normal people out and do a special ticketed event. So
that
you end
makes
up
sense.
with a few less. Yep.
Yeah.
All about the money, right? The tickets on these, for the most part, start at $89 per adult, $84 for children, and then they ramp up from there. The closer you get to the actual holiday, you end up with a price as high as $109 for an adult and $104 for a child. If you are an annual pass holder or DVC member, you do have some discounts. Those discounts tend to range anywhere from about $5 to $15 per person. The further away from the holiday, the bigger the discount. The closer to the holiday, there are no discounts available. What do you usually end up? You end up with lots of treats. You end up with some special shows, parades, fireworks just for it. In addition, for each of them, you can add on the dessert party. The dessert party, on average, is $79 for adults, $47 for children. It's at the Tomorrowland Terrace. It gives you a good view of the fireworks, though seating is first come, first serve. So get yourself some beverages, get yourself some dessert, and you have yourself a nice seat. I'm not sure if the price is worth $79 for dessert, especially with so many places that you can view the fireworks from. So that is not an add-on that I take advantage for either of those. So you have a lot of dates. You have some discounts if you get in early. And to me, the biggest question always is, if you can do both of them, great. But if you could only do one, what would you choose? So I'll toss that back to you, Jeremy. So you have your choice. You have Halloween party. You have Christmas party. What one are you going to pick and why?
Yeah, and I have done both. We've actually done both with you, our family and your family. And I would say, again, if you can do both, do both. But chances are you may not be able to do both in the same year. Because these are obviously add-ons to your normal park tickets. So if you're buying a regular park ticket to Magic Kingdom on that Saturday, this would basically get you through the evening. So it would be an additional party that you're doing that evening. So it is extra money that you'd have to book into your vacation. I love the Halloween party. And that's the one I would actually choose above Christmas if you could only pick one. Now, if you think you're going to go back maybe year after year and you want to experience both, I would probably do the Christmas party first, the first year, and then the following year I would look at the Halloween party. By no means have I ever been a Halloween guy until I went to the Halloween party at Magic Kingdom. And what I loved was having a family of 4 for us, and all 4 of us getting to dress up and go into the park and kind of trick or treat and experience that together. Christmas at Disney World is second to none, but it's kind of all over the parks. It's all over the resorts. So you're going to be in the Christmas spirit, I think, regardless of what you're doing if you're there during that time of the year. Halloween, while everything is decorated, there's something extra special, I think, about the actual Halloween party, especially when it comes down to the parade, Headless Horseman. The kids love it because you've never seen so much candy in your life. And it's definitely a special treat, I think, above and beyond what Christmas has to offer. Now, for you, John, you've done both several times. You just said you booked for both this year. But again, let's just say someone said, John, this year you're only doing one. Which one are you doing and why?
So I'm doing Christmas, and that's me. My wife and children are going to pick Halloween every time, just because of some of the items you said. The parade is amazing.
Yeah.
I will give it that. The Halloween parade is great. I am one of the people that I'm just not into dressing up, so I will dress up. The kids like seeing it. So if you're in the park and you see me, just look for me as the guy wearing a Jedi outfit, which means I'm wearing a long brown robe. And that is all.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
And I won't say that's all, because I will be dressed. And usually, some of the other things on there is Halloween party, October, Florida. You're still not in the coolest of weather, so you start dressing up, and it could be a warm night for you.
Pick your costume wisely.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas Christmas, hopefully temperatures are down into the 70s, 60s if you're really lucky. I agree with while the resorts are decorated, that party to me just is that to me signifies it's Christmas time. I'm ready. I see the bubbles, or we'll say I see the snow on Main Street. The fireworks for both Halloween and Christmas to me are identical, right? The music is different, but it's probably the best fireworks show other than the 4th of July or New Year's Eve that they put on. You definitely want a great view wherever you're going to see them, because it's not just over the castle, so the finale is excellent. And if you're not going to the Christmas party or the Halloween party and you want to see the fireworks, the beach at the Polynesian, watching them from the Floridian, being able to go up, if you go to the top of California Grill, if you eat dinner there, and you could go back and watch them from there. If you're DVC, to be able to go and watch them from top of the world at the Bay Lake Towers, plenty of places to see them, and I think even from a distance, it's probably the best fireworks show to watch as well.
And that's a great tip, because you might not have to go to the party that evening if it was something that was, again, not in your budget or not in your plans. But, I mean, if you're around the monorail and where those hotels are, you're able to still stop off at some of those and still catch the fireworks. That's a really great tip for anybody who maybe has to experience them from far.
And so, going on with the Christmas party, I think some of the shows, the Halloween party, to me, it's about the parade, trick-or-treating, and the fireworks, right? That to me is kind of your big things that you're doing. When it comes to Christmas, you still have the parade. And, the other thing to think about with Christmas is if you're a person and you are not going to be there during the mad rush of Christmas to New Year's, you cannot see the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
So the Christmas party at least gives you that opportunity to see it. And if you're a local person or somebody who lives in Florida and you're a Florida resident, you have, a silver pass or an area where you're going to be blocked out, again, this is your only time you're going to be able to see that parade. Now, no different with the Halloween parade. That's not any other time of year as well. But again, if you want to see, Santa coming down in the parade, you definitely have to pick the Christmas party, unless you're going to be there that, Christmas Eve to New Year's Day to see the parade.
Yeah.
Food-wise, Halloween party to me, tons of candy, so be prepared. You're going to have to get something to combat all the sugar that either you or the children or anybody is eating. Christmas party, cookies, apple slices, juices. So you have some different things around that you can pick up. I did see one thing. I always look at it that you can get in the park at 4. You can get in anytime if you have a pass.
Yeah.
But if you have a pass just for one of the parties, you can get in the park at 4, take a wristband, and then at 7 o'clock when the party starts, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I did see that if you can book reservations for dinner at Be Our Guest, Crystal Palace, or I'm drawing a blank on the last one. I think it might be Liberty Tree. You can book a reservation and do dining during the party.
Okay.
Not sure why you do it.
Yeah.
When you're
You're
limited,
going to spend a lot of time.
Yeah, when you're limited in the amount of time to be able to go have a sit-down meal, none of the meals are unique to the party. So you're really just getting a regular meal. So your best thing to do is realize that you're either going to eat early or you're going to just kind of, get some quick service throughout the party.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if really booking a Crystal Palace dining reservation at 8 p.m. is the most use of time.
Yes, definitely.
When you
Yeah.
paid $100 to
Oh,
go
for
in
sure.
for 5 hours.
Yeah. So let's talk rides, because obviously there is a set number of tickets that are sold for each of these parties. So again, and you've done this a lot. Give some of your thoughts on the rides, the ability to ride them, what the waits might be, and let's just say you're doing one of those parties that night. What are you doing earlier in the day? Are you doing Magic Kingdom earlier in the day, or you recommend that you go to a different park? You maybe go back to your hotel, you relax, and then you go to Magic Kingdom that night. What are kind of your thoughts on making sure you get the most out of this add-on experience?
I think the big thing depends upon how much you want to push yourself and push the family. So if you are a family and you have children and they need that rest because you want them to be up until 11 or 12, so you want to head back to the resort or your hotel for a nap during the day, then go. I'm one that tends to stay out of that park during the day.
Yeah.
I'll hit Epcot, Hollywood, Animal Kingdom, something during the day that's different, knowing that I'll be in Magic Kingdom for that 5 hours at night. And also, that is one of the things that the park tends to be a little bit more crowded because people have to get there early, realizing that they're going to get pushed out at 7. So there's plenty of times you get in there and you want to go make the most of it, and you go in the park at 4, and it's pretty crowded.
Yeah.
So I want to stay away from it until I'm ready to go in for the party. Ride-wise, I look at the party that the rides are the last thing I want to do. Most waits are very short. There are no fast passes available during the party. So a lot of rides you're either walking on or you get, you can go there and see Mine Train, and maybe the wait is only 30 minutes,
Yeah.
right? I think that's what we saw for the Halloween party last year.
Yes.
So if you want to take 30 minutes and ride, that's fine. But with the shows, the parade, the fireworks, that's really what you're planning around. So I always look at rides as being something to take the edge off the children, just to give them something to do in between. So, Halloween party, you have to ride Haunted Mansion during the Halloween
Yes,
party.
I was just going to say that's one of the go-tos for Halloween. Anything else you could probably skip a little bit, but yeah, you got to put that in there.
Yep. Christmas party, you got to do the Jingle Cruise.
Yeah. Oh, nothing is better than Jingle Cruise. And they do a little bit of a overlay on Jungle Cruise, which again is one of my favorite rides in Magic Kingdom. But you're going to catch some extra Santa hats and clothing on a couple of the animals. You're going to have a couple extra puns, kind of revolving around Christmas. So yeah, another great point.
Yeah, so rides to me, they're last, right? They're just there, fill the time around the other items, and that usually helps the kids. And for the Halloween party, it's easier to wait in line to get candy than to say, hey, let's take 20 minutes, wait in line, and go on a 6 or an 8 minute ride. Let's just grab some candy and move on to whatever we're going to do next.
Yeah.
Christmas party, so many shows, right? So many shows. You have the castle show, you have one in Tomorrowland, you have the dance party. There's a lot of shows going on in addition to the parade and the fireworks and that. So Christmas party, you want to do the best you can to see as many of those shows. There's a Frozen show on the castle, which is their theme. It used to be a Mickey theme. Now it's Frozen there for the holidays, obviously. But that also leads into them doing something special with the castle of lighting it in the snow. So you want to be able to see that. So to me, Christmas, it wouldn't shock me to be able to go and spend those 5 hours in the park and not get on a ride.
Yeah.
But while I said no fast passes at 7, you can get fast passes at 4.
Yeah. So you could plan ahead a little
5.
bit.
Yep.
Get in at 4 with your ticket. Knock out a few, between 4 and 7 if you can plan properly, and enjoy the rest of the evening, like you said, with everything else that the parties have to offer.
The interesting thing on the Fast Pass, though, is if you are planning for it, they're going to cut them off at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to go in and book a 6:30 Fast Pass or a 6:55 Fast Pass. Since the party starts at 7, that's the way for anybody who's just visiting the park to get them out at 7. So
Sure.
they're not going to be able to book anything past 6 p.m.
we're doing Halloween party this year. That's our plan together. We did it last year, but I got to say, I'm going to have to look back at Christmas again because you're kind of talking me into it. It is definitely something everybody should experience. Hopefully this kind of helps everybody out who might be going during the holiday season. You have any last thoughts on these parties or any other tips or tricks? Is there anywhere you recommend, maybe staying if you can during these times because it gives you a little extra edge to get over there? Obviously, any of the monorail hotels are right there, easy access. You can get there quickly. Kind of any parting words on these two great parties?
No, I think that if you haven't done it, do it. If you have done it, odds are you do it every year and you make it a tradition, or at least every time you visit. So I know plenty of people who book their whole vacation around being able to attend one of these parties, and you can't go wrong with either. And so what I say is you can tell them where they can leave comments for us, have everybody tell us what they like most. But for you and I, you're going to lead with Halloween, I'm going to lead for Christmas, and no matter what, you can't go wrong. Two great add-ons.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And as John said, you can visit us on the web at mainstmagic.com. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at mainstmagic.com. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes, leave us a rating and review, and let us know what you thought about this show today. We got plenty more to come, so that's all for now, and we'll see you real soon.